Welcome to the First Lutheran Church podcast, produced by First Lutheran Church in Janesville, Wisconsin. We are a congregation of the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America who are seeking to embrace love's adventure together. In this podcast series, we explore some of the contours of that adventure through conversations with friends and members of the community who are on the journey with us. We're glad you've joined us.
Well, hello, First Lutheran friends and family. I'm so excited to be here today with Aubrey McMeen. Say hello to the people, Aubrey.
Hello, people. How are you? I'm so excited to be here.
So before we get into Aubrey's situation on staff at First Lutheran Church, we have to find out some things about her.
Okay.
I'll tell you, I don't have kids of my own, and I am always confounded by what must be your morning routine.
The truth is, what most people probably want to hear is that I'm an amazing mom. I wake up right at 6:30. I make breakfast. I make coffee. I sing to my kids. I brush her hair. That's not me. I wake up at 7:30 instead, and my kids come get me, and they're like, "Mom, it's time to wake up." And I say, "No, it's not. You can go turn on Bluey, and you can put your toaster waffles in the toaster, and I'll be up in 30 more minutes." And so that's my morning routine. And then we get everyone ready for school, and it's out the door, and then I finally feed my infant son, my 22-month-old son, his actual breakfast.
22 months, huh?
22 months. Almost 2.
Oh,
So.
almost 2.
Almost
okay.
2.
Very close.
Yeah, he'll be 2 in May. So
So they're not making you your coffee or anything like that?
I don't drink coffee, and I'm not even trying to be the person that says, I don't need coffee, because I promise you, I probably do. But I like to pretend that I can make my body persevere throughout the day without caffeine.
I actually don't want to be involved with you if you're drinking coffee. We did announcements the other week.
We did.
And we joined each other at the 9:30 service. No coffee for you.
No coffee for me.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing.
Oh boy.
I had a donut. That probably counts as my sugar rush.
It's probably that extra half an hour of sleep while your kids are watching
that
Bluey.
the 30 minutes. Yes. Thank God for Bluey.
All right. So So speaking of kids, you were a child once.
I was.
As a child, what did you want to be? What did you want to do with your life?
Funny enough, because here I am in Wisconsin, right? I never ever thought I'd live in the Midwest.
You wanted to be a cheesemaker?
I wanted to be a farmer so bad. I was a child. I wanted to be a farmer. I wanted to own horses. I wanted to specifically grow carrots and have pigs.
Have you ever grown
I have
carrots?
never grown a carrot.
Well, this is the season for you.
It is the season.
Okay.
I'm so excited. I'm going to try and start an herb garden this spring because I'm tired of going to buy herbs at the store.
Oh, you know who has good herbs?
Who?
Let me see. Pastor Michael.
Oh, okay.
He has. I think you could probably just go to his house with his scissors.
Maybe I should just do that instead because I don't have a green thumb at all.
Why are herbs? Why is there a silent H in front of it? But if somebody's name is Herbert.
Do you say Herbert? I mean,
I don't say Herbert.
I personally never met anyone named Herbert anyway. Maybe I would call them Herbert. You know, if you watch Gordon Ramsay cook, he says herbs.
Herbs.
And aluminium. And
that's aluminum?
Aluminum, yeah,
okay.
but
he's
says
Scottish,
aluminium.
so he can say what he wants.
Basil instead of basil.
I've heard basil too. But
so, I mean, you can say herbs if you feel like it.
If there's any Herberts out there, we want to give you a shout out.
Yes, shout out to all the Herberts, spelled with a silent H.
All right, what's a pet peeve of yours?
A pet peeve of mine?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I hate that I have a lot of them.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to call anyone out. I don't know.
You're going to call me out
I'm
right
not calling
now?
you out. Listen,
Okay.
to all the 25-year-olds out there in love, anyone under the age of 25 in love, I cannot stand all of their wedding pictures. Like, they're always posting pictures when they're getting married, like their newlywed pictures. And, like, they always talk about how their biggest fight is that he left his pants on the ground, but God got them through that fight. And they've only been married for like 6 weeks. And I'm just like, man, can you please just wait and talk to me in like 10 years when
Well, wait a second. How many years have you been married?
I've been married for 10 years, actually.
No,
this
you're
year.
only like 12. What is happening?
30 this year.
Oh, congrats. My 30s were really fun.
My 30s, I hope, are going to be really fun. Listen, I don't like to call out anyone, so I apologize if my pet peeve makes people angry, but young love is tough to watch sometimes.
Why?
Because it's so it's so romantic and they're so in love and they fought over a cheese piece, but they got through it. They got through it. And you know what? They're going to give you marriage advice because it's been hard for them.
With their cheese and pants?
Yes, cheese and pants. God's really put them through the ringer, man.
With the cheese and pants.
With cheese and pants, But if we're going to be real, a real pet peeve of mine is when everyone leaves the cabinet doors open.
Oh, the cat. Oh, you would never come to my house. I have one cabinet door that I always leave open. I sit down and then Chloe sits up. Chloe's my dog, all, if you don't know Chloe. She sits on my lap and then, once your dog's in your lap, you're excused from all chores.
I would know. I don't have a dog.
Oh, well, you can't borrow mine. I like her very much.
Your dog is really adorable.
So,
I love her.
You are an outgoing and tenacious person. I've enjoyed working with you because you really push me, but I have not figured out anything that would embarrass you. I was trying to think of something that would embarrass you. Is there anything that embarrasses you?
When I'm really confident about something and someone comes up to me and they say, obviously you are so bad at that. Or they say, obviously you look like a complete fool. I can tell you my most embarrassing story in my life.
I want you to. I
was in high school. It was my senior year and I was on the color guard team, which is part of the marching band, the flag wavers, the pole spinners, whatever you want to call them. I absolutely loved it. It is my favorite thing I've ever done. And they taught us this dance routine, and this dance coach came and he taught us this special routine. It was like there was a ton of leg kicks, and I just started doing the routine. And he was like, hey, why don't we wait on the leg kicks until we learn the specific way to do it? And I said, no, I can do this. And I kicked my leg up as high as I can, and my other foot came right out from underneath me, and I landed on my butt. And he just looks at me and he said, why don't we just wait a little bit? And my coach was like, Aubrey, if you just waited, that would not have happened. And everyone behind me was laughing and I ran out crying. I was like, that is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. Because I thought I didn't need any help.
I got this.
And I have a lot of confidence in things. So when I fall on my butt, quite literally, it's tough. But I'm not an embarrassed person. Lots of embarrassing things have happened to me and I just, whatever. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. I can do it.
Yeah, I think I've noticed that about you as not an embarrassed person. I mean, there's really no topic that is off the table as far as conversation I don't know. Sometimes I've seen you work with our students and sometimes students they have important things that they need a safe adult to talk to. Yeah. And I see you as one of those safe adults.
Thank you. Another way you can embarrass me is invite me to play softball with you, and then I can't hit the ball. Like I get up to bat and I can't hit the ball. I will walk away and cry. So don't invite me to play softball with you unless I can hit the ball right then and there.
All right. Well, I don't think we'll be playing softball today.
That's great. So, I'm excited about that.
All right. If you were an animal, what would you be?
Oh, man. My daughter asked me this question yesterday, and it is a hard toss-up between, like, the Black Beauty stallion in the movie, that horse specifically, or a tiger.
Can you make a horse sound?
No. I just spit all over the mic.
Is that what you think a stallion sounds like?
No, absolutely not. No, a stallion has the deep, tender voice of Matt Damon from Spirit. That's what a real stallion sounds like.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That deep, tender voice of Matt Damon from Spirit. All right. Look it up, folks. You'll be able to find it online really easily.
Yes.
So you'll know what a stallion sounds like.
Yes.
Well, let's change gears a little bit and talk about, I don't know, kids and faith.
Kids and faith.
Yeah. Can I share something about your daughter?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
She is asking the most beautiful questions in Sunday school. Is Jesus God? Is God real? Then she also asked like where I bought my socks.
Yeah.
But so something is going on in her heart and in her head. She loves Jesus and she likes to pray, but she's got all these beautiful questions. What's up with that?
We have a very strong faith-based house, and I encourage lots of questions. We're very open-minded about learning about every type of relationship that you can have with God, and including other faith-based religions, so that way eventually one day Adeline can say, oh, I know that God is true and honest, and this is the path, not because I made her believe in God or made her go to church, but because she can ask those questions and have the knowledge and the information she needs to make that faith-based choice. And I love questions. I encourage her to ask any question, and I'm so happy to hear that she's able to feel comfortable to ask you those questions as well.
She has so many beautiful questions at Sunday school. It blesses my heart when kids are exploring their faith, and I do reroute her to you.
I appreciate that because those are hard questions to answer, and it stumps me sometimes.
Yeah, I think she asked who created God. I think that was Sunday's question, who created God. And,
yes. She came home and asked that question.
Oh, yeah. We didn't have time for it at Sunday school.
It's a tough question. And in the end, you just say that, I just said that God it's something that it's hard to comprehend, because maybe there was someone who created, but I don't believe that there was necessarily another creator that created God. But God's been there, and he's constant, and he's just been there all the time. And sometimes it's easier not to think about who created God, but that he's just there all the time.
Yeah, look, when we are in confirmation, we talk about faith and what that means. It's believing that God keeps God's promises, and God is who God said God is, And so some of these things just go back to faith. And that may sound cliche or something like that, but that's what we've got. And they're mysteries, but we can explore them, and we can think about them, and we can ponder them, and we can ask God to clarify and see where we're at. So what is the hardest part about being a young mother in Janesville, Wisconsin with 2 small children?
The truth is I'm just so far away from my family. My village is very small, and I've had to go out and create my own village by making other friends and relying on those friends to be there when I need them to. And I've met many other mothers here that exclaim, oh my goodness, how can you do this without your family here? And the truth is I don't know how. I just do. And I'm very grateful for the people I've met here. I'm very grateful for First Lutheran church family. They've really come to my aid when I need it. So yeah, the hardest part about being a young mom is not having the support that sometimes you think you're going to have when you have children.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And you mentioned the support of the church family here. What role does church play in your life? Or, and sometimes what role does faith play, and what role does church play?
I think that faith plays into, for me personally, it is something that I have to feel just good about what's going to happen to me. If I don't have faith, then I don't know how I'm going to get through this life without anxiety and depression and feeling out of control. But faith has been there consistently, and it's never changing. And God has been outstanding. I'm undeserving. And if all I can do is have faith in my life and just be grateful for what I have, then my life feels in control. Or not in my control, but I feel safe. Kind of like when a kid sees their mom or their dad making dinner or having the same thing every day, they feel safe. They know what's coming. And that's how faith is. And then church is that human need for fellowship, and that human need for connection with other people that might be feeling that same way about faith. And church is that place I can come and be so safe and making friends in the way that I may need them, or for a safe place for my kids to be. And church has played a huge role in my life. I've been in church ever since I was young, and I have experienced church in so many different ways. And I will say the Lutheran church has been the most accepting place I've ever been in. And it's been so wonderful to know that I can come and be who I am and not be judged for my opinions or even just my past. And so it's been really nice.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to resound that too. I've enjoyed the diversity that is allowed here, and even diversity in faith. Like I take a more literal view of Scripture, and a lot of people don't. And both are okay here, and I really appreciate that, because if we are all working towards the same goal of following Jesus, those other things are going to fall away. Now, not everybody in my life would agree with what I just said, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. But I like that diversity is allowed. And and we are working together to follow Jesus. Now, you are a passionate person.
Yes, I can. Yes.
What are you passionate about?
What am I passionate about?
Yeah.
I am passionate about food. I'm passionate about cooking. I absolutely love to cook. I don't care if you can't cook. I will never go into a woman's house and judge her based on what she feeds her kids. But I absolutely love to cook. And if you want me to cook for you, I will do it.
Yeah, I do. What's for supper tonight?
Smash burgers.
Smash burgers.
I'm making my own smash burgers.
Okay. What is a smash burger?
A smash burger, kind of like Culver's burgers.
Oh.
Or like
Smushy Crunch?
Like Smooshy, yeah. The Smooshy, not the thick ones. Not like Five Guys burgers.
Okay.
And then I'm passionate about I'm passionate about people and hosting and community. I didn't have a lot of that growing up, but people coming to my house and feeling welcome and just being safe, I'm very passionate about that. I want people to come to my house. I want to be the house on the block.
I'm coming tomorrow to your house.
Yeah, you're coming tomorrow to my house, and I'm making lots of food, probably more than I should, but I'm passionate about that.
I'm not eating any carbs right now. So you got cheese?
I do have cheese.
I know you always have cheese.
I live in Wisconsin now. I have to have cheese in my fridge all the time. You know, growing up, I didn't have cheese because my mom didn't like dairy products. So I didn't know there was a whole realm and like world of cheese. I just thought it was Kraft cheese.
No, that's not cheese. Where did you, I mean, any Kraft, you do a great job. We are in Wisconsin, and we do have an assortment of beautiful, different cheeses. And so, but you grew up where?
In Tennessee. I grew up in Tennessee, in a little town called Cleveland, but for most people, they would probably recognize it as if I said Chattanooga.
Okay.
It's really close to the Georgia border. It has not very many people. It's kind of like Janesville, if you were to put Janesville in the middle of the Bible Belt in the South.
Okay. Tennessee probably does not have comparable cheeses to Wisconsin.
Absolutely not. They don't have comparable any food here unless you love deep fried things covered in butter. Even the green things are covered in butter and not healthy anymore.
I think Eric would like that.
Probably, maybe.
Wait, okay, we're supposed to, and I know you're passionate about hosting, and a lot of that is transferred to your job here. So let's talk for a second. I mean, mostly we want to get to know you a little bit, but some people don't know what you do here at First Lutheran. Go.
I am the Masterpiece Coordinator, and most of that is hosting events with special needs adults. I do Sunday morning devotions, and it has been the most rewarding thing I have ever done. I sometimes attend their special needs, the Special Olympics bowling events here, and it has been awesome. I have met some of the greatest people. I have gotten to be with the most deserving people in the world that don't find this everywhere else. And I grew up with a special needs sister, and she didn't have any of this. And I'm so grateful that I get to give this to other adults that may not have been shown this as a child or aren't finding it anywhere else. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
I love, like I said before, I love the passion that you bring to our staff. I love the energy that you bring. You scare me sometimes because like when I was doing announcements with you, I'm usually the loose cannon and you are a looser cannon.
Well,
so it was very scary.
It's a cannon full of confetti. I have a lot of confetti to give everybody.
And I've been to a number of the events that you run with your staff, your team. You have a really great team.
I have an amazing team. And if they listen to this, then they need to know how awesome they are. I want to use all the words in the freaking dictionary to talk about them.
We don't have time.
I don't have time, but they're awesome.
They are a great team. And boy, I'm excited to have you with us for sure. Like
I'm glad to be here. You guys are awesome.
Now we're in a Bible study together right now.
We are in a Bible study together, and it is hands down one of the most fun things I've ever done.
I know. We're looking at scripture and talking about what do we ask about it? We ask, what does this mean?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what does this mean? And he asks questions as if, how does it like apply to your life? How do you see this translating into the things that you're doing right now? And the way that he asks questions in this like Socratic method.
Yeah, it's mean. Socratic is, he just points at you and you answer.
Yes, and I love that. I love that. I feel like I actually can take the biblical passages, what we're learning, and physically apply them to my life, and not just analytically reading the Bible as if it's some literature piece. And the practical association with the Bible has been awesome. It has been so awesome.
Well, hey, folks, get ready because we're going to be bringing this Bible study style to the congregation little by little. We're really excited to be set free to do that.
Yes.
And I'm excited to use the Socratic method with my friends.
Absolutely. So if you don't have an answer, we're going to point at you anyway, and you're going to have to say something.
How about, I don't know. That's
That's fine too. That's okay.
Is your name Herbert?
Oh. The next dog that you get has to be named Herbert with a silent H.
Herbert. There's not going to be another dog,
Dang.
Aubrey. Well, hey, this has been fun, and we are actually out of time.
No way.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can talk as long as we want, but we're going to cut this down here.
Dang, man.
So, but before we go, what do you want to leave our listeners with today?
You know what? Go and be passionate about your passions. Be passionate about your passions. Be passionate about your faith. If it's the way that you feel faith, if it's the way that you feel God, don't be embarrassed. There's no wrong way. There's no right way. Read the Bible the way you want to. If there's anything I tell people, just be passionate. I love being people's cheerleaders. Imagine you have a little cheerleader following you around saying, go, go, go. You've got this. Because you do. You're an awesome individual, whoever's listening. And you have so much to offer. And I'm not being cliche. Like, for real. You have so much to offer. Everyone.
Go, go, go.
Go, go, go. Go, go, go.
I love it. I love it. Well, hey, thank you for joining us today. And it was fun to interview you and talk to you a little bit about what...
Have a great day, guys.
Wait, what?
Bye, Herbert.
Shout out to Herbert.
Bye, Herbert.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. First Lutheran Church is learning to become genuinely inclusive, thoroughly engaged, externally focused, and relationally centered as we seek to live intentionally like Christ in the world. Embrace the adventure with us. You can find out more about us on our website at flcj.org. We welcome your questions and comments, which can be shared through our contact page. We're also active on Facebook and Instagram.